Magandang araw mga kaibigang oso! Naririto muli ang inyong mathematics teacher na si Sir Richard upang magbigay sa inyo ng dagdag kaalaman patungkol sa mathematics. At ang pag-uusapan po natin sa araw na to ay solving problems involving quadratic equations and rational algebraic equations. Pero bago ang lahat, kung hindi ka pa nakapag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel, please click subscribe, click the notification bell, and choose all para lagi kang updated sa next video upload ko. Para sa ating pag-uusapan sa araw na to, alamin natin ang objective ng ating lesson for today. Our objective is solves problems involving quadratic equation and rational algebraic equations. So, ang ating method na gagamitin ay Aresca. Alam ko may iba't ibang mga method sa tinuro ang inyong mga teachers, but by this time, please allow me to present another method which we call it as Aresca. So, Aresca stands for Analyzation, Representation, Equation, Solution, Checking, and Answer. So, paliwanag ko bawat step. So, ang pagsagot natin ng word problem ay palagi magsisimula sa analyzation part wherein ito ang pinakamahalaga sa lahat. So, after mong basahin ang problem, dapat kahit papaano may comprehension o may pumapasok na mga bagay na siyang maaari mong gamitin sa pagsagot ng problem. So, dito pumapasok yung pag-a-analyze ng mga terms, ng mga items, sa mga numbers na siyang magagamit mo sa pag-solve ng word problem. R naman means representation, meaning to say, dito ka na maaari mag-represent ng drawing or maaari ka mag-representa ng mga letters or variables para mas mapaiksi natin yung mga terminologies from the problem. E naman stands for equation, automatic. Magsusulat na tayo ng equation, but we must be careful sa pagsusulat ng equation. Dapat ito ay ayon sa problem. S stands for solution. Dito natin isusolve at gagamit tayo ng iba't ibang konsepto at properties ng mathematics. C is for checking. Ito yung pinakamahalaga bukod sa pag-analyze, pag-represent, at pag-equate ng ating terms, sapagkat dito natin malalaman kung yung ating ginawang equation at representation ay tama. Or, ito yung paraan para malaman natin kung ang sagot ba natin ay tama o mali. Then, after we check, saka na tayo magpo-proceed sa last part, A, answer, which will be the final answer. So, simulan natin with our task. Solve the following word problem and example number 1. The product of two consecutive integers is 132. What are the two integers? So, simulan natin kay A. So, maaari mong kopyahin. Sa pag-analyze po ng problem, maaari natin siyang gawin word per word, phrase per phrase, or sentence by sentence. This time, ang gagamitin po natin is the first sentence. Ang sabi po, product of two consecutive integers. Pag sinabi pong product, it means ang operation ay multiplication. I-multiply mo ang dalawa na magkasunod na integers. Pag tinawag po natin consecutive, in Tagalog, magkasunod. Pag tinawag naman natin integers, ito ay number na non-decimal. So, when we say integers at walang dinagdag na positive integers, it could be a positive integer or a negative integer. Or, it could be whole number or a negative whole number. So, ang tanong is, what are the two integers? So, using the concept of multiplication by the word product, dapat masagutan natin ang problem number 1. Then, representation, ililet natin as x be the first integer. So, simulan mo sa x kasi siya yung term na hinahanap at ito yung item na hindi mo pa alam. Kaya, magsisimula ka sa basic which is x. Then, yung second term natin ay x plus 1. So, bakit tayo nag-x plus 1? Kasi nga, ang sabi ay consecutive. So, para maging consecutive yung ating number, dinadagdagan lang po natin ito ng 1. For example, ang dalawang numbers natin ay 3 and 4. So, para umabot tayo kay 4, magmula kay 3, dinadagdagan natin ng isa para matawag natin that they are consecutive. So, we will let x be the first integer and x plus 1 be the second integer. So, ito na yung representation natin sa dalawang integers na ating hahanapin. Para naman sa step E, which is equation, since product, gagawa lang tayo ng multiplication in terms of the two representations na ginawa natin kanina. So, we have x times the quantity of x plus 1 equals doon sa product na binigay na 132. So, ang ating equation ay x times x plus 1 equals 132. So, with this, ready na tayong mag-solve. So, S stands for the solution. Ang first step natin to solve ay distributive. I-distribute po natin ang x sa x plus 1. X times x, meron kang x square. X times positive 1, meron kang positive x equals 132. Then, para maging general form of quadratic equation, ililipat natin yung 132 pakaliwa using APE. So, from positive 132, nilipat pakaliwa, naging negative 132. Kaya meron na tayo ngayong general form of quadratic equation as x squared plus x minus 132 equals 0. Then we can now use any of the four methods, either extracting the square root, factoring, completing the square, or quadratic formula. But for this, ang gagamitin kong muli ay factoring. So, ang factors na pumasa ay x plus 12 times x minus 11 equals 0. So, paliwanag ko kung paano lumabas ang factors. Ang factors po ng x square ay x times x. Ang factors naman po ng 132 ay 132 times 1 or 12 times 11. Among the two factors na binigay ko, ang nakapagbigay lang po ng 1 by adding or subtracting yung factors na nabanggit kanina ay 12 and 11. Kaya yun ang kinopya ko as the factors. So, 12 and 11. Let's now have the sign. Ang sabi sa sign, negative means to say highest value. The highest value must be positive. Kaya yung 12 ay positive, yung 11 ay negative. So, tandaan muli, pag highest value ang tinag natin sa ating third term, automatic magkaiba po yung signs ng ating factors. So, the factors again are x plus 12 times x minus 11 equals 0. Then, pwede na natin equate both factors to 0. So, we have x plus 12 equals 0 and x minus 11 equals 0. Then, by using APE, mahahanap na po natin ang values of x. So, positive 12, nilipat pa kanan, naging negative 12. Negative 11, nilipat pa kanan, naging positive 11. So, ang atin na ngayong maaaring maging sagot ay negative 12 or 11. So, check natin, gamitin natin ang 11. So, using the equation, x times x plus 1 equals 132, substitute 11. So, 11, nireplace mo by x. So, 11 times x, pinilitan mo ulit ng 11, plus 1 equals 132. 11 plus 1 is 12. Times 11, you have 132. So, always remember, in checking, hindi po natin ginagamit ang APE. Ang ginagamit lang po natin, we solve the left side and the right side independently. So, wala po tayong paglilipat na gagawin para masabi natin na yung left side ay equal kay right side. At yun ang napatunayan natin kay checking at nakita natin that 132 is equal to 132. Then, we can now have our answer as 11 and 12 are the two consecutive integers. Or, pwede nating ibigay, negative 11 and negative 12 are the two consecutive integers. So, bakit binigay ko yung sagot na negative 11 and negative 12? Sapagkat sa problem naman na sinabi, wala namang sinabing positive integers. So, dalawa yung pwedeng maging sagot. It's either 11 and 12 or negative 11 and negative 12. Pero kung sa problem natin ay sinabi na consecutive positive integers, automatic ang sagot lamang natin ay 11 and 12. So, yun ang sagot natin for problem number 1. Let's move on with problem number 2. The length of a rectangle is greater than its breadth by 3 meters. If its area be 10 square meters, find the perimeter. So, let's have to analyze. Kopyahin natin yung buong problem. So, from this item, kuhain natin yung length of a rectangle is greater than its breadth by 3 meters. So, kung tatagalogin natin, yung haba daw ng rectangle ay higit na malaki kaysa sa breadth. When we say breadth ng rectangle, it means to say width. So, mas mahaba daw automatic yung length kay width ng 3 metro. At yung area ng pinag-uusapan natin rectangle ay 10 square meters. So, in representing, pwede tayo mag-drawing ng rectangle. Then, we have to note this side na mahaba as your length. Ito namang medyo maiksi ay width. So, with this, mapapakita natin na mas mahaba talaga si length kay width. Then, by representing it in terms of x be the breadth of rectangle. So, bakit yung x napunta kay width? Sapagkat yung sabi sa problem, ang pinakamaliit sa dalawa ay yung breadth or yung width. Kaya sa kanya napunta yung x. Then, para i-represent mo naman yung length or yung other dimension, dagdagan mo lang ng 3. Kasi ang sabi sa problem, the length is greater than 3 doon kay width. Kaya, width plus 3. So, this will be the representation for the length at yung x naman yung representation for the width. From this, we can now have our equation. Ang formula po ng rectangle is area is equal to length times width. Using that, pwede na natin gamitin as x times x plus 3 equals 10. X is our width, x plus 3 is our length, and 10 is our area. So, we only substituted the items coming from the formula of area of a rectangle. Then, solve na natin. So, ang unang method na gagamitin ay distributive. Distribute mo yung x kay x plus 3. X times x, you have x squared. X times positive 3, you have positive 3x. Then, copy equals 10. So, ang next na natin gagawin, i-apply natin ang APE para maisulat natin into the general form of quadratic equation. So, ilipat natin yung 10 papunta sa kaliwa, magiging negative 10. So, ang ating general form of quadratic equation ay x squared plus 3x minus 10 equals 0. Since yung ating problem ay nasa general form na ng quadratic equation, we can now use any of the 4 methods ng quadratic equation. So, ang gagamitin natin ulit ay factoring. So, ang pumasa lang po sa factors ng 10 ay 5 and 2 dahil pag sinubtract mo ang 5 kay 2, ang lalabas ay 3. Okay, so ang naging factors natin ay x plus 5 times x minus 2 equals 0. Then, para makuha natin si x, we have to equate both factors to 0. So, x plus 5 equals 0 and x minus 2 equals 0. Then, gamitan natin ng APE para lumabas ang value of x. We have positive 5, nilipat pa kanan, naging negative 5. Negative 2, nilipat pa kanan, naging positive 2. At tandaan natin, pinag-uusapan natin ay area. Area or perimeter ay tumutukoy sa length and width na kung saan ito ay tumutukoy ulit sa distansya. Pag distance na po ang ating pinag-uusapan, we only use positive numbers dahil wala naman tayong negative distance on Earth. So, ang magiging sagot lamang natin ay 2. So, yung x, mababaliwala na sapagkat wala tayo ulit negative distance. So, for checking, gamitin natin yung equation na x times the quantity of x plus 3 equals 10. Substitute natin yung 2 as the value of x. So, meron kang 2 times 2 plus 3 equals 10. 2 plus 3 is 5 times 2 magiging 10. So, they are both equal. Kaya ang sagot natin na 2 is correct. So, ang tanong is, find the perimeter. So, for our answer, ang formula po ng perimeter ay 2L plus 2W or 2 length, 2 width. Ang x natin ay 2. So, kaya naging 2 yung ating pinalit for W. Yung length natin ay x plus 3. So, that is 2 plus 3 magiging 5. Kaya ang pinalit natin kay length ay 5. So, by this, 2 times 5 plus 2 times 2, you have 2 times 5 is 10 plus 2 times 2 is 4. 10 plus 4, ang perimeter natin ay 14. And don't forget to add the unit of our answer. And that will be meters. So, the perimeter now will be 14 meters. Let's move on with the last problem. Example number 3. Calvin and Bonzo can eat 1,260 hamburgers in 12 hours. Eating by himself, it would take Calvin 7 hours longer to eat 1,260 hamburgers than it would take Bonzo to eat 1,260 hamburgers. How long would it take Bonzo to eat 1,260 hamburgers by himself? So if we're going to use the step Aresca, start tayo with A, which is analyzation. I-underline natin yung statement na Calvin and Bonzo can eat 1,260 hamburgers in 12 hours. Meaning, pag dalawa silang kumain ng hamburgers na ganito karami, matatapos nila iyon ng 12 hours. Then, next natin i-underline, si Calvin at si Bonzo. Si Calvin daw ay 7 oras na mas mahabang kumain ng burger rather than Bonzo. So, ibig sabihin, mas maliit yung oras ni Bonzo kay Calvin. Then, if we're going to represent it, gamit tayo ng table since tatlo yung ating naging konsepto dito, si Calvin and Bonzo at Calvin and Bonzo. So, tatlo sila. So, yun yung laman ng ating table. So, meron tayong Calvin, Bonzo, and together. So, yung hours po nila, si Calvin ay T plus 7. Si Bonzo naman ay T. Kasi kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, si Bonzo ay mas lesser yung time kaysa kay Calvin. Kaya sa kanya mapupunta yung basic na T. Tapos, 7 hours longer si Calvin kaya T plus 7. Then, pag pinagsama mo itong dalawa, ay magkakaroon tayo ng 12. Then, ang burger natin per hour for Calvin, for Bonzo, and Calvin plus Bonzo. Kasi together na silang kumain ng burgers. And they have the same total number of burgers na kinain na 1,260. So, using this representation, makakagawa tayo ng iba't ibang equations na siyang makakatulong para masagot ang problem number 3. So, kopyahin natin ang representation using the table at gawa tayo ng equation. Ang unang equation natin ay galing sa pinagsamang effort ng dalawa. So, ang gagawin natin, imumultiply natin yung hours doon sa burgers per hour. So, we have 12 times C plus B equals 1,260. Kumbaga, yung bawat horizontal line na meron tayo, pagsasama-samahin mo lang, but yung hours at yung burgers per hour ay dapat imumultiply. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ng 12 times C plus B equals 1,260. Then, to solve yung 12, i-divide mo both sides. So, cancel 12. 1,260 divided by 12, ang kalalabasan po ay 105. Kaya, ang naging resulta nun ay C plus B equals 105. Then, ililipat natin into the form of C for Calvin. Kasi siya yung parang mas maraming terms na ibinigay kumpara kay Bonzo. So, ang ating C na ngayon is equal to 105 minus B. So, yung positive B, nilipat mo lang pa kanan, naging negative B. And this will be our first equation. Para sa second equation natin, gagamitin natin yung terms ni Bonzo. Kasi siya nga yung ating kailangang hanapin. So, meron tayong T times B equals 1,260. So, that will be TB is equal to 1,260. Then, i-relate natin yung second equation kay first equation. Since ang goal natin ay magamit yung value ni Calvin, na C is equal to 105 minus B. So, dapat yung ating equation for Bonzo, mai-equate natin into B. Therefore, i-divide natin both sides by T. So, T divided by T, cancel T, ang matitira ay B. 1,260 divided by T magiging 1,260 over T. Then with this, pagsamahin natin para lumabas ang equation number 3. From C is equal to 105 minus B, i-replace natin yung B from equation number 2. So, meron na tayong third equation na C is equal to 105 minus 1,260 over T. At dito ngayon lalabas yung ating final equation coming from Calvin himself, which is T plus 7 times C equals 1,260. So, kung malilito kayo, meron naman na tayong equation for Calvin. Bakit pa natin kailangan kuhain ang equation 1, equation 2, equation 3? Kasi ito yung gagamitin natin pang substitute para maklaro at lumabas yung ating item for the problem. Kasi kung ito lang yung ating gagamitin na T plus 7 times the quantity of C is equal to 1,260, dalawa yung missing term. Tandaan natin, pag dalawa ang missing term or variables in our problem, medyo mahirap on our part to find the result. So, the best thing to do is to use the other equations para magamit mo for substitution purposes. Then, that will be our final equation. Using that, let's now solve. So, ang gagamitin natin dito, isa-substitute natin yung C kanina, which is from equation 1 if I'm not mistaken. So, we have T plus 7, ito yun. C, isubstitute mo kay equation number 1 kanina. That is 105 minus 1,260 over T equals 1,260. So, we only substitute it from the third equation using sa nakuha natin kanina from the first equation. Then, solve natin. Alamin natin ang common monomial factor from this 105 minus 1,260 over T. Kaya, inilabas natin yung 105. 105 divided by 105, naging 1. Minus, copy. 1,260 divided by 105, naging 12 over T. So, yung T plus 7, ibinabalang natin. Kaya nagkaroon tayo ngayon ng 105 times T plus 7 times 1 minus 12 over T equals 1,260. Then, tanggalin natin yung 105 by dividing both sides to 105. So, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng 105 divided by 105 magiging 1. So, ang matitira na lang ay T plus 7 1 minus 12 over T equals 1,260 divided by 105 is 12. So, lumiit na yung ating number. Then, hanapin natin ang LCM or gamitan natin ang LCD. Since ang ating denominator lang dito ay T, so that will be our multiplier. So, multiply both sides by T. So, kaya nagkaroon tayo ng bracket at multiply both sides by T. Then, solve natin yan. Magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng etong item na to ay isang term lang. Pinag-iwalay lang sila ng multiplication. So, it is represented as 1. So, pwede mo nang i-cancel yung t at yung t. Kaya, ang natira na lang ay t plus 7 times t minus 12. So, t times 1 naging t. Then, t divided by t naging 1 times 12 naging negative 12. Equals 12 times t naging 12t. So that is by means of applying the LCM. Then with this, solve natin yung t plus 7 times t minus 12 using multiplying binomial to another binomial. So that is t times t, you have t squared. T times negative 12, you have negative 12t. 7 times t, you have 7t. So, meron kang negative 12t plus 7t. So, that is negative 5t. Then, positive 7 times negative 12, you have negative 84. Equals 12t. Kinopya lang natin yung nasa right side. Then, para masagutan natin, igamitan natin ng APE. Ilipat po ang 12t pakaliwa. So, magkakaroon tayo ngayon ng t square. 12t nilipat pakaliwa magiging negative 12t minus 5t magiging negative 17t minus 84 equals 0. Then, we can now use any of the four methods kasi yung ating item ay naisulat na into general form of quadratic equation. So, ginamitan po natin ito ng factoring at ang pumasa among the factors of 84 na siya magbibigay sa atin ng 17 ay 21 at 4. Yung sign naman natin ay highest value from here is negative. Kaya yung 21 natin ay naging negative at yung other factors natin ay positive. So, the factors that we have is t minus 21 times t plus 4 equals 0. Then, equate each factor to 0. Then, solve. So, using APE, simplify. Negative 21 ilipat pa kanan magiging 21. Positive 4 ilipat pa kanan magiging negative 4. At tatandaan natin ang pinag-uusapan dito ay T stands for time. Sa time po ay wala tayong negative dahil hindi naman natin pwedeng ibalik ang oras. Kaya ang atin lang kukuhain dito ay positive number. And that will be 21. So, gamit ang t is equal to 21, isulat natin ulit yung third equation kasi we are not yet done. T pa lang po ang nakukuha natin, yung c hahanapin pa natin using the third equation. So, our third equation kanina is c is equal to 105 minus 1,260 over t. Substitute natin yung t as 21, that will give us c is equal to 105 minus 1,260 over 21. Then, solve natin, ang magiging kalalabasan po ay 45. So, kung isosolve natin yung 1,260 divided by 21, it will give us 60. So, that is 105 minus 60, ang kalalabasan ay 45. So, nakuha na natin yung t, nakuha na natin yung c, which is 45. Then, we can now have the checking. So, ang checking natin using the final equation kanina, which is from Calvin, t plus 7 times c is equal to 1,260. Substitute natin yung nakuha natin for t, yung nakuha natin for c. T is 21, c is 45. Dapat ito ay parehas kay 1,260. So, 21 plus 7 is 28. Times 45, it will give us 1,206. And they are both equal, meaning to say, yung C at yung T na kinuha natin kanina sa napakahabang solution ay tama. So, mainam na kapag pinaghihirapan yung sinusolve, pag nakuha mo at nag-equal yung term mo sa checking, napakalaking ginhawa nito para sa atin. So, we can now use the value of T, which is 21. So, let's now have the answer Bonzo can finish in tea time while Calvin in tea plus 7. This is from the representation na ginawa natin kanina. Since si Bonzo lang po ang tanong sa problem, therefore, t lang yung ating kailangan. And the value of t is 21. Therefore, the answer is Bonzo can finish eating the hamburgers by himself in 21 hours. And that will be the answer for item number 3. Kung medyo confusing yung aking pagpapaliwanag, pwede nyo namang balik-balikan at i-pause yung video para mas maunawaan ninyo yung mga sinasabi kong procedure in solving the problem. So yun lamang yung tatlong examples na maibabahagi ko in word problems in relation to quadratic equations. So kung merong mga items ulit na medyo confusing on your part, huwag kayo mag-hesitate, i-comment yun sa baba at I will try my very best to answer your queries para nang sa gayon hindi madagdagan or mag-accumulate pa ng mas mabigat na problema yung mga kalituhan natin in solving mathematical problems. And kung meron kayong strategy or suggestion na siyang madaling magamit para sa pagsagot ng word problem, i-comment nyo na rin sa baba and that will be highly appreciated. And don't forget to like and share this video para marami pa tayong mga estudyante at kabataan na ma-assist in solving word problems. Dahil alam ko, pag word problems na, ini-skip na nila yan sa test and most probably kapag ini-skip, hinuhulaan na lang. So yun ang dapat nating iwasan in solving word problems. So hayaan nyo sanang iwanan ko kayo ng word from the Bible. Don't worry about anything, instead, pray about everything. This is from Philippians chapter 4 verse 6. Nang ibig sabihin po para sa akin, huwag nating alalahanin yung mga bagay-bagay na pumapaligid sa atin. Instead, ipanalangin na lamang natin ang mga ito. Sapagkat ang pinakamabisang sandata natin sa mga bumabagabag sa atin ay ang panalangin at ang pagkausap natin sa Poong May Kapal. So yun lamang at maraming salamat. Sana meron kayong natutunan. Keep safe and bye!